I watched the new video from Sarah's Revenge. I hope I've said that right. It was her, I closed it, I don't remember the title, but it was about live stream testing and something else, updates, something like that. Anyway, it was posted on August 30th. And in that video, she talked about how Magdalene Burns pretty much like inspired her to start her channel and to turf out. And she cited a tweet from Magdalene about not using sock puppets. And then Sarah's Revenge said this quote. She said, "To not risk now means you're never gonna risk. If you don't have the right to speak publicly using your own name about stuff you care about, you're never going to have that right. And you don't have rights unless you're exercising them." That really jumped out at me, and it's something I want to work on. I've made this channel of mine completely anonymous. It's not tied to any of my other social media. It's not connected to me in any other part of my life, whether it be online or offline. It's just a place where I've been rambling and talking out my thoughts. And this is something I think about a lot, especially in the last year. I've been a radical feminist for around 6 years, I think. Next month, maybe October. And in the last year, it's really been on my mind about how brave women are. Women like Magdalene, like Megan Murphy, using their full names, their faces, and saying these things is incredibly brave. Leah Taverley is another one. Terry Strange. Sarah's Revenge. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. Maybe you've said it and I've just missed it. But yeah, it's very scary to think about being out there in the open with your own face and name, and I applaud the women who do it, and I do hope to get to that place. I wonder if something will make me snap and just be like, yo, this is who I am and how I am. I don't know. I feel cowardly when I, don't say what I really believe publicly. I do on my Twitter account. I do on my Tumblr. I do here. But my name isn't attached to any of those. And I pepper in things here and there on Facebook where my name is, but it is scary. And I know that anything worth doing is scary. But I'm not there yet, I guess, which is a little sad and embarrassing. When I think about the community I live in and the field I work in, the idea of being an open and vocal radical feminist is really scary. In my community, I live in a small city, but with a very queer and extremely liberal community, I guess. And even if people aren't in the, the LGBT community, they're straight or whatever, like, it's still very liberal and very, like, trans and queer focused. And so there's that. And then in the city in which I live, like, everything I love and enjoy about my community, my city, is tied up in liberal queer bullshit. Like, the place I get my hair cut is owned by somebody on the Pride board. My favorite live music venue is owned by somebody on the Pride board. My favorite coffee shop is owned by somebody on the Pride board. Like, it's all so, like, incestuously tied up together. And it's so scary to think, like, yeah, I don't know, being unwelcome in places, I guess. And that's, yeah, maybe it's selfish, I don't know. But, like, it's so scary to think about, like, the way my actual, for real life would be negatively impacted. And same with my work life. I work in a field that is incredibly liberal and really taking a turn towards queer politics, and my specific job also involves a little bit of gender stuff. I don't encounter it often, but I do at times, and like the idea, yeah, it's just really scary thinking about being completely out and open. I don't think I've ever been this tentative about recording my thoughts before, but it's really something that I've been thinking about a lot and something I want to work on. It's been 6 years since I've come to radical feminism. That's a long time. It's more than half a decade, and after 6 years, I'm still nervous and it's with my friends and on my blog, I'm like really, really turfy. Like, I always joke I'm the ultimate turf supreme. Like, it's a joke, but like, I am very radical in my thinking. I'm very radical in the things I say in my safe spaces, and I know that's not helping or reaching as many people as it could, and it's because I'm scared. So I don't know, I wanted to record this, so I'm putting my thoughts out there, and I guess being accountable to myself, because now it's documented, and maybe this is a point where I can look back in a year and be like, wow, look where I was then compared to where I am now. That's the hope anyway. So I guess thanks to Sari's Revenge for that quote. And hopefully I get better about being brave.